Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the pWoCast. If you enjoy this episode of the pWoCast, you can check us out on YouTube at pWoCast, or you can find us on Spotify or any other place you can listen to a podcast. If you enjoy us so much, you can follow us on Twitter at officialpworder, or you can follow us on Instagram at pWoCast. That being said, I hope you enjoy the show. It's been a bit, but it's time to record podcasts.
I was going to say it's been a week, but what an eventful week it has been.
Oh my goodness. Has it been an eventful week?
Well, let's see. The date today is Tuesday, January 12th.
Yes. Nearly a week ago, absolutely nothing happened and the world is fine.
Yeah, Wednesday, January 6th, just nothing happened that day.
Nothing.
Right?
Well, the Jacksons became part of the Bullet Club again on AEW, but besides that...
That's exactly what I was referring to, yes.
Yes. No, but obviously, since we have last put out an episode, some people decided that it would be a funny little joke to storm the Capitol and chant "Hang Mike Pence" and put a whole bunch of lawmakers' lives in danger.
And legitimately kill 5 people,
Yeah,
Just things.
And these words were obviously incited by the president. Who else would do this during a pandemic? Send a bunch of people not in masks. Most of them were not wearing masks, which is, I think it's really funny because if you're going to be committing a crime live on television, don't you think you'd want to hide your identity while doing it?
Well, it's funny. I was looking on Twitter. They caught a former Olympic swimmer because someone took a photo of him. He was wearing his Olympic jacket, like when he was storming the building, and there's a photo of him like in there wearing the jacket. And you know what's kind of funny is that it seems like almost every male had a beard. Like someone had to have a beard, and then right after everyone shaves because they think, oh, they won't be able to recognize me if I don't have my beard.
Well, they all looked very similar. It was all the same type of people,
It was a bit homogeneous.
May or may not have had work that day, between the ages of 30 and 55, white, mostly male.
Yeah, it was about 5,000 of that uncle at the Thanksgiving table that's laughing like, oh, Joe Biden thinks he's going to get elected. He thinks he's going to get inaugurated.
And all of their Facebook profile pictures are them sitting in their truck with their sunglasses on, with like a dead face,
and just like looking to the side.
It's just that. It's just 5,000 of that, but really angry.
And there may or may not be an AR like somewhere in the vicinity.
What boggles my mind is that not only did they not hide their identity, they just told the media like who specifically they were.
Yeah,
they weren't like, if you were committing a crime and robbing a bank on live TV, obviously you put on a mask. But these guys were just like, "Hi, my name's Cheryl. I'm from Ass Crack, North Carolina. Represent."
Well, to them, it's not a crime. To them, what they did was not a crime. To them, they thought it was going to work. They thought that they were going to storm the Capitol, and somehow that was going to prevent Joe Biden from getting elected, and that was going to keep Trump in office. That's what they thought.
Like, and could you imagine if the precedent that would set if that worked?
Yeah.
That would be such a scary precedent that all you got to do to get your guy in office is storm the Capitol in January.
It is truly unprecedented. The storming of the Capitol. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. No. Even in the Civil War, I don't think they stormed the Capitol.
And it's never been so easy to make fun of them all, too. It's awesome. Obviously, it's not awesome. I'm not saying what happened is awesome. It is awesome that it is so easy to make fun of them.
Yes.
Like,
and I think I had a point. I forgot it. It'll come back.
Like, these people were like so serious about it all, but there was like, have you seen the video of the woman who was like, they pushed me out and they maced me with a towel that very clearly had an onion in it. There was one of the people who died because he tased himself in the nuts. Like, I'm sorry, that's fucking hilarious. That's so funny.
Imagine carrying a taser and tasering yourself in the nuts and getting a heart attack because of it.
He didn't even mean to do it. It was in his pocket and he was trying to steal a painting. Imagine failing so hard that not only can you steal this painting, but you die because of it.
You know what I think is really funny? That there was the image of that guy stealing the podium, right?
Yeah.
And you know how there's that company called Getty that pretty much
makes
all those photos.
Yes.
So in most of the tweets, they said, oh, this is the guy, via Getty, because that's the company that takes all these photos, and they're pretty well known. I knew who they were because they take a lot of photos for sporting events and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty popular group, and everyone on Twitter just immediately assumed this guy's name was via Getty, and it got trending. I was laughing so hard. I was like, guys, I know you're trying to dox these people, but
via Getty is not a person.
Like, come on.
That's not even someone's name. It can't be.
Via. Imagine being named Via at birth.
I don't know about you, but that picture of the guy stealing the podium, what was your first thought when you saw that picture?
I thought it looked like the guy from HGTV.
My first thought was, is that Billy Ray Cyrus? It looks exactly like Billy Ray Cyrus.
I literally watched an episode of Hannah Montana like a couple days ago. I never watched it as a kid, but I went over one of my friend's houses, and he was just like, yo, you guys ever see Hannah Montana? Show's pretty lit. I'm like, all right, bet. And then we just put on Hannah Montana.
I don't know this person whose house you went to, but by the way you use their voice, I'm imagining some like 6'4" football player built type of guy going, y'all ever seen Hannah Montana?
Well, he's 6'4", but he's probably like 150 pounds.
Hey, I've done it. I'm gonna open up I can guess your height by your voice.
Please do. Good. Be a carny. You need to go.
Carny. Oh my god, I can just go into professional wrestling if I want to be a carny.
That could be your character.
Oh my gosh.
You could like guess you could have the person like voice it like in gorilla position, and then you guess their voice and they come out.
Well, I don't know if you know this. There was this guy who they were like thinking about debuting and never did, called Kizarny.
I have heard of this.
He had like 3 video packages, and all of them he spoke in this really weird, I don't know if it's an accent or a tongue or something, but he added like an is in the middle of words.
Yeah, we so the viewers don't know this, but I think it had to have been like our sophomore year before Corona hit. There was a time where me and you were sitting in the DC, and we came up with a battle royal of the worst wrestlers possible.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I don't know if you still have it. Like,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But we came up with some of the worst ones. Like just off the top of my head, we definitely had Kizarny was in there. We had Hornswoggle. We had like Black Rain from TNA. Like,
oh no, you can't say that. We're gonna get blocked by Goldust on Twitter.
We had everyone, dude.
I was doing the exercise of terrible wrestlers with my brother today because we were listening to, big shout out to the Brainbuster Boys, who you might not have heard of, but they're a wonderful small podcast who we're going to feature on Devoid Wrestling soon. But I was listening to them and they were talking about their Mount Rushmore of terrible wrestlers. and so many more terrible wrestlers that I hadn't thought of just flooded into my head. You're a little bit acquainted with TNA, so you might know Wes Briscoe.
No.
He is related to Gerald Briscoe, but
I was
not
gonna
nearly
say,
as good. Garrett Bischoff.
yes, I do. That's Eric's son, right?
That's I think he's his son.
Yeah.
Son or like actual nephew, as opposed to like Hornswoggle was like not Hornswoggle. Eugene was like his nephew.
Yeah.
Fucking Eva Marie.
Oh my god, she was awful too. She tried to have that like TV show.
She's
like,
supposed to come back soon.
Why?
I have no idea, but that's what apparently is supposed to be happening soon. Just there's so many bad wrestling gimmicks.
I'm remembering like
half of them belong to Dustin Rhodes.
We definitely had Muhammad Hassan.
Oh my god. I play actively still a lot of SmackDown versus Raw 2006 GM mode, and every single time I push Muhammad Hassan because I think it's hilarious.
What could have been?
I always make him world champion. I always also sign Davari so they can still be together.
No bad wrestler battle royale would be complete without the Shockmaster. Because that has to be my favorite blooper of all time, as it should be everyone's.
Yeah.
It is the ultimate botchamania clip.
And I feel so bad for the guy because he was good as Typhoon.
Yeah, he was good. Well, I just remember Dusty Rhodes told a story one time that at that taping, Dusty was there. And there's like a little like 5-year-old Cody Rhodes like sitting in the back. And I don't know what the guy's actual name is. I think it's Frank.
It's Fred something.
Fred, yes, it's Fred. And so it happened, and the guy trips and falls, and the mask comes off, and Cody turns to his dad and he's like, "Hey, I think that's Uncle Fred."
Oh no.
And the whole place just erupted in laughter. My favorite subtle part about that scene, and you have to go watch the clip, please, people, watch the clip, because what they don't really point out is that the Shockmaster, after he falls and puts the mask back on and gets back up, he doesn't know like who's voicing him. So Sid starts yelling at the Shockmaster, and the Shockmaster thinks it's his voice coming through the speakers. So you'll see Sid start yelling at him, and the Shockmaster's doing the gestures like he's the one that's speaking. It's so dysfunctional. It's great.
God, it's so great.
It's bad when Sid's the one that has to try to save the promo.
It's bad when Sid like actually saves it by cutting a good promo. Because I don't think
you are, boy.
I don't think Sid's ever cut a good promo in his life. Ever.
You're half the man that I am.
And I got half the brains.
You do.
Oh my god. My favorite thing in the world is watching people who don't watch wrestling watch like wrestling bloopers.
My favorite thing is showing people that are even remotely interested in wrestling Scott Steiner promos. Because I'm just like, you've seen it, like I'll go to them, I'll be like, you've seen wrestlers like maybe John Cena, maybe you've heard of Brock Lesnar if you watch UFC. You haven't seen Scott Steiner. And let me tell you, I know you probably went to high school and learned math some way from your teacher, but Steiner math, now that's something you need a doctorate in, because that's just almost incomprehensible.
I have on my handy dandy notebook that I use for Devoid Entertainment. This is a sneak peek. But if you look at the 4 stickers I have on this, you'll see a Steven Universe sticker, My two of my favorite Survivor winners. And then right here is the entire Steiner Math promo in all of its glory. I'll leave that up so you can read it for a second.
You know, they say all men are created equal. But you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe.
Oh my God. It's just so hilariously terrible.
I hope that in that they wrote what he like almost said, because I've seen a couple like captions that put the wrong words, like at the end of the promo before he says, you know, the numbers don't lie. He means to say Samoa Joe, but he kind of says like Senior Joe.
Senior Joe. Well, that video is like a part of the, I don't remember if it's a part of the Yeems video playlist or the like important videos meme playlist, but the Steiner Math promo, like people know it as the funny math video from the important videos playlist. Oh,
That's the important videos. I'm just I'm thinking of some of the like old viral videos. You ever see that? I don't remember the exact. I think it's like a tiny hippo, and there's that reporter, and he's just like, you know, the hippo escaped, so they built these, you know, little structures here to keep it from escaping. And as he's
oh
talking,
my
the hippo
God.
like trots around him, and the guy just looks. He's like, "Oh no!"
Oh my God. That I cannot tell you. Okay, so my freshman year of college, back when I was more closer friends with the people I was closer friends with my freshman year of high school,
Yeah.
or of college rather. One time I forced them all to sit down and watch the entire important videos playlist. All of it. I think in total the playlist is like 3.5 hours.
Jesus.
We stayed up till 1 a.m.
That is fantastic.
That playlist is so good.
It's everything you need.
It really is. Because there's important videos, and then there's Yeems, which is a lot of the same videos, but there's also other ones thrown in there that are very good too. I always love the old Gus Johnson videos.
Oh, I feel it. I never watched it, but I know people have shown me 100%.
Because I knew him at first from his like the videos that were in the important videos and the Yeems, which I feel like a lot of people don't know, which is really weird to me because those are like the Gus Johnson videos I grew up watching, like the how to get free food from Subway, and he's just going up and asking for a mustard packet and running away. Or there's the how to get a free pizza from Domino's.
What?
Oh my God. You have to stop the video, pause the video after you've watched a Sid promo, after you've watched Steiner Math, and go watch How to Get a Free Pizza by Gus Johnson, free Domino's pizza, whatever. It is so funny. And it was made like, at this point, I'd have to say like 7 years ago.
Wow.
But in college, I got more back into Gus Johnson. And now, like, you know, he's one of the like 7 people I subscribe to on YouTube on my personal channel.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm so lazy I haven't even subscribed to anyone. Like on my channel. I just have certain channels I'll search every now and then, but most of the time when I go on YouTube now, I don't really go for channels. Right. I'll just search moments, you know?
Right. Well, the thing is, when I go to YouTube, like I've just watched the same channels so much that they just pop up in my recommended and I don't need to subscribe to them.
Yeah.
Like I've watched enough Smosh videos now to where I just not like main channel Smosh because that's still kind of bad, but like Smosh Pit where they do try not to laugh and like eat it or eat it. Like those videos are good and I watch those frequently.
Yeah. Oh, I was just talking about this with someone the other day because I watched a TikTok. It was a really funny TikTok, and then someone said, "Can you put Vsauce music over this?" It made it at least 5 times better. It was perfect timing. It just reminded me I used to watch Vsauce. like all the way through high school before he started doing all the YouTube Red stuff.
I forgot about the existence of Vsauce. I just one of those videos in the important videos playlist. It's one of my favorites. Is hey Michael, Vsauce here. Where are your fingers? And the video ends just right there.
That's so great. I can't stop thinking about that hippo vid now. It's eating away at me.
There's a part of me that knows when we get off of this recording session that I might possibly just put on the important videos playlist.
I would be very okay with sitting here and watching that.
Oh my gosh. That's it. When we finally get to 1 million subscribers in 2 days, we'll we'll do a live stream of us watching the important videos.
The whole playlist.
The whole playlist. Oh.
1 million times over for 1 million subscribers.
Oh God, that's 3 million hours. That's more than a year. That's because I know it, because a year is 525,600 minutes, and I'm not singing the song.
Yeah,
that's multiple years. Would that be the longest live stream ever?
Yeah, I mean,
if we break a world record, that's some good clout, right?
Yeah, because I'm trying to think here. Like,
I just unlocked a memory. Oh no! Do you remember the iCarly episode where they did that?
Which one?
The one where they did the longest live YouTube video or whatever, and they had to do it for a whole day. And the Guinness person was there, and Spencer was working on some weird project downstairs.
That's always Spencer.
Oh my God! I just unlocked a memory that hasn't happened in forever.
I was gonna say, do you remember the episode of iCarly where that girl kidnapped him?
Yeah, and then Gibby fell through the roof.
Yeah.
Gibby! Oh my God! I hope Noah Monk's doing well with his life.
Me too. Nathan Kress.
Nathan Kress. Well, they're doing the iCarly reboot.
Yeah, but I don't think Jeanette McCurdy's involved.
No, she's not. That's fine.
Yeah. Sam was great, but I mean, as long as they have Carly and Freddie,
in the lore of iCarly, it kind of makes sense for Sam not to be around when she's older.
It's true.
They'll just say she's in jail or something.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen Jeanette McCurdy's appearance on the Eric Andre show?
I haven't. Is it funny?
She's so uncomfortable. She doesn't know what it is. She thinks it's going to be a regular talk show, and then there's Eric Andre and Hannibal Buress, and they're just destroying shit.
My favorite is when the guest turns it on them.
Yes,
and is equally weird back.
My favorite is Jack Black by far.
Doesn't he do a whip it?
I think so. Just like Jack Black just molds in so well with them because the camera will just cut to him and he'll just have some sort of gag ready, some sort of prop and special effects.
Man, Jack Black is someone who I feel doesn't get talked about enough.
I agree. Dude, Jack Black is the man. He doesn't get enough respect.
No, absolutely not. He and the thing is too is that Jack Black never let being famous stop him from being Jack Black.
Exactly. Jack Black became famous because he was Jack Black, and I think he realized that. So he stayed true to himself.
The fact that he did the Kung Fu Panda movies and Tenacious D at the same time says all you need to know about Jack Black.
Have you seen his TikToks?
Oh my goodness.
They Absolutely are brilliant. Something. There's something, dude.
He has become old in the way Jack Black could only become old.
Yes. And he can still move. That man is obese and old, but he can still bust a move when he needs to.
I love that he has the huge beard now too.
Yeah. I don't know which one is my favorite. There's two vids. there's one vid of him in a Spider-Man suit doing the WAP dance, and there's water spraying everywhere. And then there's another one of him like in just a Speedo, and he like folds his arms and then he like blasts off.
One of my favorites is this video where he's like shirtless and just like walking around his house, and he's like, "Hey, everyone wants to know my review of so and so video game. So here it is, the Jack Black review of so and so video game. It's pretty good." That's it. That's the whole video.
That's great.
Oh my goodness.
Such a character.
He was on Yo Gabba Gabba too.
What?
Oh yeah. I remember everyone being like, "Oh no, Jack Black's done. He was on Yo Gabba Gabba. His career must be in the shitter."
Yo Gabba Gabba.
No, that's a show.
You know what that reminds me of?
Oh.
Wow Wow Wubsy.
Oh my god, I remember Wow Wow Wubsy.
Dude,
I used to watch that show all the time.
What I remember the most from those shows is the really bad Adobe Flash games that came out on the computer because of said shows.
Oh, Adobe Flash games. I feel so bad because Adobe Flash, like, it's done now.
Yeah, it's not
officially over.
It's not
you can't
run it.
You can't play Flash games anymore.
It's all Unity now.
Which begs the question to me, where am I gonna play the Lilo and Stitch sandwich building game?
Where am I gonna play the 2007 Kids' Choice Awards guitar battle?
Where can I speed run Fancy Pants Adventure 2?
Oh, what were some of your sites to go to for games, like computer games as a kid?
Addicting Games, bar none.
Yeah, yep. We used to do that. Did you ever do Miniclip?
Only for the water slide game.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was so good.
Yeah.
It was like 3D, and you got to control where you were going. I used to play so many games on Miniclip. I played Addicting Games too, but not as much as Miniclip. I loved Game Fudge. I don't know if you ever did that.
Never heard of that one.
That one was cool. It's most of them shut down now, or they've completely changed. Like Miniclip now is all mobile games. I think they have some computer games, but not nearly what they used to.
Did you have a group of people in high school who would play on the like free games Google Sites website?
No.
Only because it was the only way you could play any video games in school. So you had to like flash yourself back and play like the fucking penguin slide games or whatever, like fucking Kitten Cannon.
Yeah. Oh my god, like Learn to Fly.
Learn to Fly, Kitten Cannon. Was Learn to Fly the paper airplane one?
Learn to Fly, I thought was the penguin one.
Because there's a penguin one and there's a paper airplane one.
Yeah. And then there was like Learn to Die, which was like, that one was similar, but it was you were in a car and you had to like drive through zombies and you got to upgrade your car like as you went.
Oh my god, wait. So for everyone who watched the first episode, this is an important note. I found Flappy Bird.
Really?
Someone made a website where you can play Flappy Bird and it works perfectly on mobile.
Wow.
Flappy Bird exists and it works.
That's great.
I saw it and I played it, and then by the time I put it down, it was 3 hours later and I didn't even know it.
I was gonna say, we might have to link that in the description for any viewers that
absolutely
want to play Flappy Bird.
For anyone who wants to speed run Flappy Bird with me. I'm finally getting a better computer to do stuff with.
That's awesome.
My older brother has his PC is coming in this Friday as of recording, so I'm getting his old PC. So I'm gonna have to wipe all of his stuff on it and like find a video editing software and get a webcam, and I'm like upgrading. I might start Twitch streaming. Who knows?
That would be awesome, dude. What would you stream?
God, no, I don't know. Right towards the beginning of pandemic era, I Twitch streamed like twice.
Yeah.
And I Twitch streamed myself playing a randomized version of Pokemon Black 2. And I was making no progress in the game because one of the routes, just all of the Pokemon randomized to legendaries, and I couldn't beat them. Like,
Wow.
instead of like Patrats and Lillipups, I was literally getting Giratinas and Deoxyses. And I was like,
Yeah.
I can't progress in this game because I need to train, but I can't beat the Pokemon that I need to train against.
And you can't go back.
And you can't go back because at this point you're trying to get your Pokemon to level 16, and the Pokemon that aren't legendaries are only level 2, so you're getting like 1 experience point.
It's a vicious cycle.
Oh, vicious. I'll probably stream Pokemon if I'm being honest.
I was gonna say I just my PS5 came in last week, so
You got one?
I got one, dude.
It exists. I was literally just saying to Micah earlier, I don't think they exist because I've never actually seen someone have one.
Yeah, it's a funny story how it all happened. I'll share it on here. I would redact names, but he'd probably be cool with it. So I was actually hanging out with Brady, and
we should get him on the podcast.
Dude, we should. He'd be he's into politics and shit. Like he could talk
sick.
about that.
Yeah, we'll wait for the next big political event to have Brady on.
Yes, literally.
We'll get Brady and Sam on, and we'll do a whole like political panel type thing.
And it's great because all of us hate Trump.
Absolutely.
Oh, and so I was hanging with him, and he was on the day that GameStop dropped all of theirs. I think it was the 18th, but we had been trying for weeks through, PlayStation Direct, Best Buy, Walmart had their own queues. Those were the 3. And then GameStop came out with bundles. And so those weren't selling nearly as quickly because they were bundles and they were all at retail price. So Brady got one bundle for someone else, and then another one came up and he was like, yo, do you want this one? And I was like, yeah, I don't even care. It's a bundle. I'll take it. I'd rather have a PS5. And I say the price and everyone's like, dude, you got chipped. But there is an ending to this now. The price of it was $710. And everyone's like, huh?
Why are people that's a steal for
That's
a PS5 in this economy?
For a PS5 bundle, it was a PS5, 2 games, and another controller. And they were just like, dude, you got ripped off. You should have just waited for a PS5 by itself. And I was like, but I can do something with the games. So the happy ending is that I was able to trade in the games for a headset and a charging station.
Oh, that's good. What games were they?
It was NBA 2K21, which I would have played, but it's already been out for so long, and Demon's Souls. And I wasn't really going to play that one, so I was like, you know what? I might as well take this $140 and turn it into a headset. Because my philosophy, games depreciate so quickly in this economy. Like, it is insane, especially sports games.
Oh, like, yeah.
If y'all don't know, sports games come out every single year. So your game is only good for like maybe a year tops. Usually they only hold their value for 6 months because by the time month 8 or 9 comes around, they're like, oh, it's only 3 more months till the next game. So no one wants to buy it. Whereas Demon's Souls, it would at least hold its value because there's not necessarily a sequel that's coming out every year.
Right.
So, it was a no-brainer. And the headset's wireless, and it's got sort of surround sound, and it's got great PS5 audio. So I was happy doing that, but it was a great deal. And all thanks to Brady. If he didn't get it, I probably wouldn't have one right now, but I've been using that thing every night. So
I mean, that's just such a steal. Like, you would be dead pressed to find a PS5 by itself, no controllers, for less than $1,000 these days.
Yeah.
Just because, like, oh my, that's a steal though. Like, Good for you. Big applause.
Big dubs.
What games have you been playing on the PS5?
Bug Snacks.
Yes! Bug Snacks!
Bug Snacks is like my favorite, dude.
Is that game fun? It looked fun.
It is really fun. I will say it's fun if you're not sober. I will say, if you're sober, it may be a struggle. But if you are not, you're going to have a really fun time.
That sounds like exactly like the type of game I would enjoy regardless.
Yes, literally, you go, I won't spoil much, but you start off, right? And this dude is sitting there dying. Like he's on his deathbed and he's like, I'm starving. I need you to catch me a bug snack. And so you have to go and fetch him the first type of bug snack you learn about, which is a strawbie. It's a strawberry, but they call them strawbies because we're lazy and we don't need to say berry. We can just say
who needs syllables?
yeah, we don't need syllables. So, you catch the guy the strawbie and he's like, oh my God, you're a lifesaver. And then you watch and his hand becomes a strawberry. And then the game continues.
Just ignore it. Just, all right, that happened. Anyways.
So that's most of the game. But it's a fun game because pretty much it's a very selfless game. It is the opposite of a selfish game because all you do is go around catching bug snacks for other people to eat. So far, from what I've played, I'm like, when am I gonna get to eat the bug snacks?
You eat the bug snacks, and all of a sudden it's a first person shooter, and you got to shoot with your bug snack hand.
Yes.
It just completely changes the tone halfway through the game.
It has transcended PlayStation though to the point where everyone at my produce department, everyone at the produce department at my work, we all make bug snacks references to each other when we're on the floor.
That's incredible.
Like I just walked by my friend one time and you'll just go bunger and just bunger bunger because all the bug snacks make sounds like of their name. Like that's their sound.
They're Pokemon.
Literally, like Frider is a spider made of French fries, and it's just like Frider.
Oh no. See, this is what Sony was missing, though. This is what the PS3 and PS4 were missing. We're like lighthearted games like Bug Snacks. Like the PS2 had like Spyro and Crash and Sly Cooper and like all the others. And then like the PS3, which I was talking about this earlier, objectively a bad console, didn't really have any of that. It had Little Big Planet, but no one really played that.
I was going to say PlayStation lost. I would consider that. I like to call it the third generation because it's the PS3.
Yeah.
But between them and the 360, because I personally was a 360 to PS4 gamer. Like there was a part of me that wanted the Xbox One, but I just looked at the exclusives on PlayStation and it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And even now, when the Xbox Series X is just objectively a better console spec-wise, I still choose the PS5 because I like Sony more as a company. I feel like they focus more on games, you know?
And like nobody chose the PS3 over the Xbox 360. Because the Xbox 360 is one of the best consoles ever made.
Agreed.
And the PS3 was way overpriced when it first came out.
Yeah, I will say the one thing about the PS3 that was nice, they had free live. They had free multiplayer, you know? And that has disappeared. You know, you're never going to see that again. They've made so much money off it now.
Even like I was so disappointed when I got this thing and found that I had to pay for online for this thing.
Yeah.
I was gutted. At least it's only $20 a year, but still.
That's not bad.
It's a steal. Ooh. But I shouldn't have to pay to use the internet that I own.
No.
I already have internet. We already pay for that.
Gonna say, I bought your console. Like, why do you need me to pay every year?
I paid for the console. We paid some people to give us internet. Now I have to pay the console to give me internet?
Oh, it's just
It's ridiculous.
we're never gonna see it free again.
Never. Somehow internet companies are going to charge you for PC internet specifically.
I don't know how we're gonna stop commercialization of everything. Like maybe we get Medicare for all, but you watch, we'll get Medicare for all, and then they're gonna privatize water because competition.
They already privatized water. Are you kidding me? Nestle's basically put a fucking funnel in every lake, river, and ocean in the world.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nestle, the CEO of Nestle was even like, water's not a human right. The CEO of Nestle said that.
I remember that.
God. How do we stop capitalism, James?
Well, for starters, I think that's more than a two-person operation.
Now we got to do it by ourselves.
It's a good start.
It is a good start. We will support the end of capitalism up until we actually start making a good amount of money on this podcast.
Yes. Yeah, we need to stop capitalism until it works for us, and then we need to keep it. Said every white male ever.
Said every Democratic elected official ever.
At Nancy Pelosi.
At Nancy Pelosi, oh my God, just all of them, every single one of them, except for Bernie.
Yeah.
Bernie's the only one.
And Andrew Yang, but he's not an official. He's just a guy.
He's not really a politician even. He's just like a guy who ran for president.
I would love to see him become mayor of New York City. I saw that come out.
I think he's going to. I have a good feeling.
I think he's got a really good shot.
I've got a good feeling,
It's just the way he answers questions. It's so much different than any other politician. Like, if you go back to the primaries and look at how he answers the questions, it's so much different than everyone else, because all the other politicians had their talking points. He didn't really have a talking point. The only talking point he had was the $1,000 a month thing, the freedom dividend. And of course, it's going to keep coming up, but most of the time he actually answered the specific question they were asking and pointed to just observations that people could make themselves, not even these statistics that we all throw around. He'd be like, just look around. He's like, what's going on with America? Small businesses are closing at a record pace. It's just clear that the current economy doesn't work for everyone. So we've got to try to do something to at least make it more fair.
And on top of that, I mean, he does have the meme vote.
Yes. He has the internet crew.
He's got the meme vote. He's got his Yang gang type of people.
And I think this election pointed something else out too, because I thought of it. What's kind of tough is that election day, right? It's only one day. We have early voting, which is good to take advantage of, but election day is one day, and it's not even a federal holiday yet.
No,
we really need to either make it a federal holiday or we should make it election week. I think an election week would be so much better. What is the, I guess, downside to letting as many people vote as possible?
Oh, well, a Republican will never enter office again.
That's what I was saying. It's like the Republicans would never agree to it. Based on that, there's actually a proposal in Texas that I laughed so hard at because it's so Republican. So right now, for like federal elections, right, for senator and president, they use the popular vote just as everyone does. But some Republican was like, hey, what if instead of popular vote, we use a state electoral college to decide the president and
No.
and so it would be county by county. Like
No.
it would
Please
just be a
don't.
red
Please
wave.
don't. No. That's a terrible idea. Please don't let everyone else in the world.
I laughed
That is
so hard.
completely silencing anyone who lives in a big city. That is completely silencing anyone who lives in Dallas, anyone who lives in Austin, anyone who lives in fucking.
It was the worst idea I'd heard of, and it was the summer, and I haven't heard anything since. So I'm guessing it failed miserably.
That's such a terrible idea.
I didn't even think of it, and then I was like, "Wow,
That's a
wow."
great way to ignore millions of people and let like a minimum of 5,000 people decide the entire state of Texas.
It's just like maps don't vote. Why does
Land
everyone
doesn't
think
vote.
maps vote? Geography doesn't vote. People vote.
Oh my god. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Someone wrote that in paper. Someone used fancy legal words for that.
Someone wrote a bill and presented that to their colleagues as an idea to be taken seriously.
Someone probably had to co-sponsor that. Multiple people were on board with that. Multiple. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Thank God it didn't happen.
No. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. We almost turned Texas blue. We can't have that going on.
That's true. It was in play for a little bit on election night there.
I remember how everyone was like, all right, we could do this if we get like Texas on board. And they're like, if we flip Texas, we win the election. And then like all of these states they didn't even expect to win turned blue.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they were even expecting Wisconsin and Michigan to turn blue.
They definitely weren't expecting Georgia.
They certainly weren't counting on Georgia. And I'm pretty sure they weren't counting on Pennsylvania either. So they were
probably not even Arizona.
We were just holding on to Texas as hard as we could. And then all these other states were like, hey, how's it going?
Arizona voting for Biden is John McCain's last FU to Trump from the grave.
Before we end the episode here, I do want to point out, because I thought of it, last episode, I'm assuming I mentioned that I purchased the CM Punk shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees for Brody Lee, and that is currently what I'm wearing.
It looks fire. And most, if not all, of the proceeds went to his family, Brody Lee's family, right?
Yes,
so that's a great reason to do it.
Anyway, from all of us politically tired people here at the Pink World Order podcast, thank you for listening. We will see you next time.